Alright guys, I did a video a while ago. It was how to start the ketogenic steak and eggs diet. And in that video I basically explained like everything that you need to know to just start this diet. And I got a question, great video, have one question, can I start my day off with a protein shake? Okay, I get that question a lot actually. Not just with the steak and eggs diet, but also with the pure protein diet. And I'm going to answer it from several different angles, okay? First of all, like I said in the video that I already did about the steak and eggs diet, and another video that I already recorded but I didn't upload yet, which is basically like part 2 of how to start the steak and eggs diet, where I answer questions like this. What I basically said was it's not going to be the steak and eggs diet if you eat anything other than meat or eggs, okay? So that's kind of semantics, but it's not going to be the same diet. It doesn't mean that it's bad, okay? It's just a different type of low-carb diet if you eat anything other than, meat or eggs on the steak and eggs diet, okay? So that's like the very simple answer, okay? Another thing is, and this is very important for when people ask me if they can drink a protein shake on the pure protein diet, is I don't like people drinking shakes on cutting diets, because a standard protein shake, okay, like just mix water and whatever kind of powder you buy, digests very quickly, okay? So that means if you drink one of them, you digest it really quickly and you get hungry again. And one of the great things about the steak and eggs diet is because it's high fat, if you eat just natural foods, you really never get hungry, but you do lose weight. So I really cannot recommend that somebody drink a shake on any kind of cutting diet, whether it's steak and eggs, pure protein, or whatever. Okay. Another thing that I wanted to say is the beauty of the steak and eggs diet is by eating steak, beef and eggs, and also with other kinds of meat, but in general you eat some kind of beef and whole eggs, and you automatically kind of balance out into like 60% fat, 40% protein, or 55% calories from fat, 45% calories from protein, which is right about where you want to be on the steak and eggs diet. And it happens automatically because there's a certain ratio of fat to protein in beef and also in whole eggs. So if you were to drink just a protein shake, first of all, a lot of protein shakes have a lot of carbs, so you have to be careful you don't take too many carbohydrates in. But even if you could find like a whey protein isolate or something, or a good egg protein powder that has very little carbs, the fact of the matter is you're taking in basically pure protein, okay? So that is offsetting this whole balance of calories from fat to calories from protein, okay? So that's another reason why I don't suggest that you take a protein shake on the steak and eggs diet. Okay, now, just like I said, a lot of this is semantics, okay? You're not doing the quote exact, to the letter steak and eggs diet if you eat anything other than meat or eggs. That doesn't mean it's not a good diet. That doesn't mean that it's not low carb. Doesn't even mean that it wouldn't be Vince Gironda approved, okay? There's another diet that I'm going to still have to do a video on. I've used it before, called the hormone precursor diet, okay, that Vince Gironda made up. And what he basically has you doing is eating like meat with cottage cheese twice a day. And he has you making these, protein shakes is basically what they are, where you mix half and half and eggs, raw eggs, okay? And you make them, when he says you'll make a couple in the morning, just drink them in between meals all day, okay? And that, as you can imagine, is a high-fat, high-calorie shake, okay? Because half and half is like, half heavy cream, half whole milk, and raw eggs obviously have the nutrient profile that they do. So that is something you could do. However, like I said, it is not the steak and eggs diet. It's not a cutting diet, okay? What it is It's a lean bulking diet. A lot of people, if they are a little bit overweight, do lose weight when they go to the hormone precursor diet. But the primary point of the hormone precursor diet is to gain lean muscle. So it's not really a cutting diet, okay? I have done this before. I have done this with other people, like some of my coaching clients, okay? Because maybe you wake up in the morning and you have a problem, eating. You're just not hungry in the morning, and you can drink something better than you can eat something. Maybe you wake up in the morning and you have to go to work so early that you have a problem finding the time to cook and to eat. Okay, so like I said, you could use a shake, and I've got a couple of videos, keto weight gain shake for low carb bulking diets, keto protein shake. I'll link them down below. You could use one of those shakes, but like I said, it's not necessarily, the same diet, and it's not necessarily a cutting diet. What I would suggest you do, if you aren't hungry enough to eat in the morning, or if you don't have time to cook and eat in the morning, is one of two things. Either A, if you're trying to cut weight on the steak and eggs diet, you're only eating 2 meals a day. Skip breakfast, just have lunch and dinner. Okay, that's one way to do it. Because with the steak and eggs diet, if you're trying to cut weight primarily, you only eat twice a day. Nobody says it has to be breakfast. One thing. Now the other thing is, what you could do is you could just cook up some ground beef and cook and boil some eggs like the night before. And when you wake up in the morning, 200 grams or 8 ounces of chopped beef is not a lot, to eat. So just cook it really well, throw it in the microwave in the morning, and eat it. And 2, 3 eggs, however many eggs you want, hard-boiled eggs, you can eat them also really quickly.